in December, the first grade at Daniel's Farm and the first grade at Jane Ryan got together and we made the conferring toolkit for informational writing in 30 minutes at our COP. How we did this was, when the people came in, we had a list of all the different sections of the toolkit on the board, and we asked each person to make Post-its with each section. Then we had every member of the COP bring different samples of writing to the COP. In the first section, the process tools, my job was to bring a published piece. Each member got a published piece of informational writing. They were told that their responsibility was to go home and copy this into all different sections. They were to copy it just by pictures to show the pictures were the first part to be made. Then they were to copy it with the pictures in chapter 1, the pictures in chapter 2, the pictures in chapter 3, and so on. Their responsibility is to copy it, but they all received one published piece of my writing, and they all received one published piece from Heinemann. The next section was qualities. Somebody was assigned quality section. They were to bring this part, which they got right off of Heinemann. These were the structure and development tools that have great examples of structure and development that we could use with our students.
How did people know what they should have brought to the COP meeting? Was there something beforehand?
Yes. As a COP director and the facilitators, I sent mine out to Middlebrook and Daniel's Farm, and the Jane Ryan facilitator sent theirs out to Jane Ryan and Tashua, and we assigned each person different things to bring. So each different person brought 20 copies of the different assignment that they had. So we each got to bring home whatever anybody brought. So somebody was assigned the quality tools and they brought 20 different copies. We have 4 different quality tools in this packet. Somebody was also assigned exemplar tools. They just found them on Heinemann because our kids haven't started informational writing yet. So we don't have our own exemplar tools yet. So as we start writing exemplar tools, we will collect our own exemplar tools also. This was a great thing that we did. Everybody was assigned a different inquiry tool. So everybody got a list and we asked them to write something, a short story on one page with something that drives us all crazy in first grade. First grade things that drive us crazy are no spaces, no capital letters, no periods, capital letters in the middle of your story, no pictures, no labels. Everybody brought one of these. So when we came out, we had 20 different inquiry tools from everybody from the 4 different schools. It was so valuable to have all of these different tools.
Could you use the time in the COP to create the inquiry tools, or is that something you would want to come already prepared to COP?
We had them come already prepared because we thought it was a better use of time, because when we finished this with 30 minutes, we still had other things about writing to discuss, that we wanted to use our time more wisely and talk about how-to books and the curriculum. So if we had everybody do that during our time when we were talking at COP, we think that would have been a waste of our time, a discussion time. The next section was the strategy reminders. Your COP facilitator received your grade level strategy reminders in the mail. They were to copy them and hand them out at the COP. This is then as a result, the teacher then can take those and bring them back to the classroom and cut them up and make little cards for the students. The teacher's responsibility is to copy them, make the cards, and you can hand them out to the students when they need a reminder of a strategy that has been taught.
Do they get the envelopes, or is that something the teacher does on their own?
No, the teacher gets the envelopes by themselves. They can keep them however they would like. The COP facilitator also received a blank checklist, so they were to copy that and to bring that to the meeting with them. But somebody else in our COP brought in regular checklists per the grade level. All of these things can be found in your Pathways book or on the Heinemann website, so it wasn't a lot of work to get these things ready for the meeting. And in the next section is the mentor text. We all have our mentor text. We just reminded everybody that that's where they went. when you had your mentor text for the informational unit. And the other things and the different stuff, we just wrote a list of what could go in that section so everybody knew that different papers, revision strips, anything else that you would need. So we just brainstormed ideas of what might go in there, but it was the teacher's responsibility to fill that section when they went back to their school.
Excellent.
And we got those done in 30 minutes, and everybody went out with a toolkit this thick on that day in 30 minutes, and we had time for other discussions at our COP.